Democracy Day to you all, and also to Nigerians in every part of the world. When I followed the earlier part of this program and I listened to the late Chief MK Abiola speak, first I I I had a pride, and there was that this reignition of national spirit, in me, because here was a man who understood the complexity of the Nigerian state and who wanted, to bring development through democratic and civil means. And you can clearly see from the remarks that he made, where he was talking about the core foundations of democracy. And some of the things that he complained about, are things that are still evident within our polity. So one would say that after 26 years, Nigeria's democracy does reflect some progress, and we can't argue that. There are progress that we have made, and we will talk about the progress. But our democracy still remains a democracy without Democrats. It's a democracy without a democratic culture, and one with very limited development. We're just experiencing a system that is marked by electoral rituals, but it's lacking in values, in institutions and outcomes that define, true governance. So let's look at what progress have we made. To a large extent, when you think about electoralism, when you think about the conduct of elections, we've seen since 1998, or since 1999 till date, we've had successive elections. Yes, so we can see, yes, we've experienced some uninterrupted, whether civilian rule or democratic rule. So that itself is progress. We've also seen alternation of power from one particular political party to another political party. And these transitions of power, from one incumbent to an opposition candidate, it's really a democratic milestone, because we've seen the fact that despite, the competitive nature of those elections, we've not, descended to any form of violence or political instability. We've also seen some measure of legal reforms. And there have been amendments to our constitution that strengthens our institutions. We've seen, some measure of government programs that addresses the concerns of citizens. But the big question is, are we where we are? Are those aspirations of those who fought for our democracy, have those aspirations been met? My answer is no. Yes, democracy is a journey. But if you look across board, do we have Democrats in today's Nigeria? Or what do you have? Individuals who want political power, not to use same to advance the development of the people. So when you look at the socioeconomic profile of Nigerians, in the last 26 years, has it improved? Is a big question that needs to be answered. When you think about a democratic culture, you simply have, at different levels, both at the national and the local level, the question of people who have power, who have repository, who have political power, do not have, the temperament and even the attributes and of tolerance, of dissent. You can't say we are a democracy if we don't tolerate dissent. We are gradually gravitating into a one-party state. What that simply tells you is that in the last 26 years, all the so-called political associations that pride themselves as political parties are completely weak. Because this cross-carpeting is happening because across board, you have weak political parties. And then when you look at the role of media and civil society, and this democracy that we celebrate today, after MK Abiola and all those who fought for return to democracy, we need to celebrate the media, we need to celebrate citizens, and we need to celebrate civil society. That we're still a democratic nation today, it's because of these three different actors working to ensure that constitutionalism and the rule of law is upheld is the reason why we still have conversations about democracy today. Because left for the political class, they prefer a plutocracy as opposed to a democracy that delivers the development, which is food on the table, security, and then the infrastructure that is required to address or provide social benefits.